although we do not expect the sheriff to be out there writing tickets for us. But anyway, in trying to bring us in consonance with the statute is to work on that in the future. The annual audit was presented at the board meeting, which was by Zoom with the PRC. That's the Presbyterian Retirement Communities, who are our higher up there in the celestial beings. The audit was good. It was a clean audit, but the expenses exceeded income. And I think we're all aware of that, what's been going on in the economy. So the coming year is going to be really tight in terms of what we're looking forward to, and monies that are going to be available for any of those additional things that we think we might need. One of our sister communities who is looking for a facility like this one you're sitting in right now, that was supposed to be built in 2021, has now been put back to 25, 26 due to the cost of capital. The front page of the Wall Street Journal this morning was that the investors do not look for interest rates to come down anywhere in the near few years coming. They're the highest they've been in the last decade and a half. So therefore, Westminster Communities doesn't want to borrow money if they don't have to. So many items are going to be put off until the future. Two things happened, and I don't think you're aware of this, or you may be. When I went down for the in-person meeting of the resident council chairs, that's what they call us all as a group. Some of us call ourselves presidents, some of us call ourselves chairs, but anyway, the 10 of us got together. I think there's 7 males and 4 females in that group, and two things came out of there. The first was that we unanimously made a recommendation to CSS that a voting resident be put on the board of PRC. That started back when Bob Parker was president of the resident council, and he brought it up to the board then. They've considered it periodically. They've said that they're going to consider it at their summer governance committee meeting, which we're not sure when that is. But anyway, we requested that that be addressed at that meeting. And again, that was unanimous by all 10 chairs. The other one had to do with something that is kind of near and dear to our heart this year, and that's MyW Life, and how to make that more responsive to the needs of the residents. We're seeking more input and more action between the users of it and the housekeepers of it at corporate. Between now and November, we hope to have those crosswalks in and completed and the artwork started. And if you're not familiar, KCCI, the Knight Foundation, and AARP are funding the painting of the 2 crosswalks, the one in front of the school and the one at our main entrance. However, there's not going to be enough money to cover the one in front of Emerald Chase. So there was a meeting this past week with the artist to come up with some concepts for the artwork going into Emerald Chase. All that has to be done and completed by sometime in early November in order to meet the requirements of the grant. So that's moving forward at kind of the speed of light in order to get all that done and agreed to. Having said all that, I hope that August is a little slower for my being. But there are two things. One, school starting, so please be mindful going out the front gate. 2, it is hot. We have some of our vendors and some of our own people out there during the heat of the day. Today, the heat warning is from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. So be cognizant of the people that are out there working in the heat. And I'm sure Ms. Shannon is going to talk about some recent personnel changes. The only thing I want to ask of you is please use the MyW Life work order system. And if you have to use the telephone, remember there are over 414 units here. So when you call and say my phone's leaking and you hang up, They have no clue. You know, you have to tell them who you are, where you are, what your telephone number is. If you use MyWLife, it prompts you to answer those questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Laney. Sherry, would you like to come up real quick? You're welcome.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Good morning. How's everyone today? Good, good. Lanny gave me a good segue into what I want to talk about, looking at interest rates being high and financials and everything. It's given us some opportunity here at Westminster Oaks. Currently, for independent living, we're at 93.2%. For assisted living, we're at 95.8%. And health center, 91. So overall, 92.8. We have some opportunities in homes. We have 3 because I think we have one of the 4 secured this week, which is nice. We have 6 places secured, that being homes and a couple of apartments. But we have 23 opportunities in Oak South Apartments and Garden Apartments. So Shannon and I have been signing a lot of resident referrals, which is wonderful. We appreciate that. The resident referral program is if you have been talking with someone, one of your friends, somebody that you know, an acquaintance that wants to move to Westminster Oaks and has heard everything from us on, financial side, all of that, but just wants to know more about day-to-day living at Westminster. If you have been instrumental in helping someone make that decision of, yes, okay, it's time for me to go, I'm ready to move there. We have a resident referral program that it starts a month after the person has been here. You would receive $200 a month off of your monthly service fee for 1 full year, and they will receive $200 off a month for 1 full year. So it's a wonderful program. I'm so thankful that our company has put that in place, and we have a lot of people who are using it, and we appreciate you very much. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Our doors are always open, but I'm gonna run now and show a garden apartment, so hopefully, and get that one sold. Thank you.
Close that deal. Thank you, Sherry. Happy birthday, Sherry. So next is our Director of Outpatient Therapy, Panfilo DeMeo. Would you like to come up, Pan? Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I want to share my staff. Come up here. Yeah, each one of them gonna talk about their own discipline. And myself, my name is Panfilo DeMayo. I just call me Pan in short. And we are here to introduce ourselves, that we are in outpatient rehab in Westminster Oaks. And we're located in the health center in the basement, and we are right there. And if you are interested or willing to have some physical therapy or occupational therapy or speech, you can call us. And first of all, you can get some referral first from your doctor and or your nurse or nurse practitioner or physician assistant. You can have that. And then if we could get that, we could ask the business office for verification of your insurance, and then we're gonna call you after for your appointment for that. Okay, I'm gonna let one of our staff to talk about themselves too. Right. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm Adam, occupational therapist for outpatient. And I'm just kind of here to tell you what can outpatient do for you and what can occupational therapy do for you. First off, as Mr. Pan said, we're in the lower level. If you go down the Perry elevator to the lower level and away from the clinic, we're down across from Central Supply. First off, I want to talk briefly about therapy as an intervention instead of a solution, because that's what we like to do is interventions. We can halt and reverse decline. I've seen some people in here already kind of limping or seem like they're struggling with balance, or, you know, if anyone's already asleep from my speech, maybe energy conservation. I mean, we can help you with that. We can improve stability in your daily tasks. Specifically, I can do environmental assessments to make your residence as safe as it possibly can be. There are hazards that people might not recognize that I'm trained to evaluate and recognize and suggest solutions to. And overall, we want to maximize your independence. That's through either functional gains where we make you stronger or better balanced or improve your energy, or adaptations where I can recommend adaptive devices to help you do the things you want to do every day, do them with greater stability, safety, and efficiency. So that's what occupational therapy does. Really just kind of overall improves your quality of life. That's what really we all do. And I want to emphasize, therapy is not something that you generally wait until you're injured. That's not what we're really there for. We are there for that. We can help you rehabilitate an injury, but to best safeguard and ensure your quality of life, get therapy before your problem becomes a real problem. And that's what we're reaching out to everyone for. We want to tell you we're here for that balance. If you're not feeling 100% safe, or if you're not sure if your environment is the safest, or if you're not as independent as you once were, you have problems opening jars or trimmers when you're eating your food, whatever it may be, we're here to help you with that. So reach out to us. We encourage you to do that. That's what we're here for. Let us help you before it gets bad, because that's what I want to do. I want to make sure everyone has the best quality of life here at Westminster Oaks that they can. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Esther Smith. I'm the outpatient rehab tech, and what I do is help residents who are interested in therapy fill out the paperwork and get everything sent to the doctor. And I also work with physical therapy, speech therapy, as well as OTs, occupational therapy. So if they do a screen or come out and screen you, I'm usually the one that makes that request to them sometimes, or they do it on their own, and I fax it to the doctor, and we'll send it over to the business office and get everything started. So also, if you need me, I'm located in the lower level. Most of the time I'm there when everybody is out treating. You can reach me. If you can't reach Pan, I'll be also the person you can reach to. And the extension is 316. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Crystal Grafton. I'm a speech therapist here at Westminster Oaks, and this is my wonderful colleague, Elizabeth Sellard, otherwise better known as Liz. So speech therapy, most of the time people think that means speech and speech only, but in this population, we typically are working on communication, on cognition, and also on swallowing. So like, just to reiterate what Adam was saying, our goal is to help you be as independent as possible for as long as possible. So if you start to notice you're having a decline in your memory, or maybe difficulty remembering to take medications, feel free. You can reach out to Liz or I at extension 282. If you think, sometimes people are hesitant to speak to their physician regarding changes in cognition, so feel free to reach out to us, and we can help, talk to you about if maybe you want to get that referral. We also help with swallowing, so if you're having an unintentional weight loss or difficulty swallowing, we can help you with that as well. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Pierre. Today is my first day here. And I'm already on the spot. So I am a physical therapist. I've been practicing for about 8 years now. It's such a pleasure for me to bring my skills and my expertise here at Westminster Oaks. Penn is going to be my supervisor. I have yet worked with anyone here, so I am looking forward to know each and every one of you guys. And just like one of the thing our OT just mentioned is you don't have to wait to come and do physical therapy or occupational therapy. Prevention is one of the best thing you can. To me, it's the cheapest solution, right? It's best to prevent it than to treat it, right? Something as simple as getting up from a chair, getting up from your toilet, can become a problem. And sometimes we do take these things for granted, right? We don't really value these things until we lose the ability to do them. So it's very important that we strengthen our muscles and work on our balance and preventing falls and doing all these things. And physical therapy, this is where we come in and help you out with these things. So do not wait. Come see us downstairs, and we'll be more than happy to work with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pan, and the entire team. And I appreciate you, your first day on the job, having to come up here. I'm so sorry. If you work for Pan, that's just what's going to happen, right? Okay. And you don't have to stay through the meeting. I know you have people to treat. Oh, thank you again. Gail, would you like to come up? Good to see you.
Oh, thank you. Good to
Good
be
morning.
back. I'm just coming back from vacation too. My physical therapy was walking up and down stairs every day to go to and from the beach, like 3 times a day. That was great. Okay, so guess what? We got another cultural endowment event coming up. This should be really interesting. These guys have electric violins. They play parts, they copy, they record it, and then they layer it. And so by the end of the song, it sounds like a big, huge orchestra. So it's really interesting. This Thursday, please come, and we have Bill and Dee Jones to thank for this, because they saw this group when they were on a cruise, and they highly recommended them. So thank y'all. Yay. We have 2 employees now, 2 team members that are on scholarship. And we're so grateful that we have residents that give back to our community and support our scholarships. And if you see Natasha Phillips or Karen Mosley, please congratulate them on their scholarships and support them. And a lot of you give monthly to our scholarship funds, and we greatly appreciate that. It's just wonderful that, you know, our team members are encouraged to go back to school, further their education, and become better team members and give back to you in that way. So thank you for supporting the scholarships. And this is the last month of our Caring for Generations campaign, which supports benevolent assistance. If you're a contract resident and you outlive your ability to pay your monthly rent by no fault of your own, the foundation is the one that kicks in and helps you. It's not Westminster Oaks, it's the foundation, and it's basically because of residents like you that give back. So thank you for your support. Again, a lot of folks give monthly. Some people leave us in their will or their trust, and we get the gift afterwards. Some people do charitable gift annuities, and some people just give an annual gift. Whatever it is, we appreciate it. We need your support for that, and we thank you. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gail. Carolyn, do you have any announcements? Come on. Good morning.
I'm just waiting for my staff. They're all going to line up here. It's just going to be about 3 hours. Y'all sit tight. It'll be okay. Good morning, everybody. I have a few things. First thing, we're going to reschedule the dining chat that I could not attend last week. So I'm just waiting for Dee Jones and I to pick an appropriate day, and we'll get that out to you. We'll put it on My W Life. We'll put it on our monitors out here, and maybe get Lynn to send an email. So that is coming. I just want to check before I just randomly pick a day and you all say, no, it's the wrong day, okay? Second, the menu writing committee, which I am a part of, is getting ready. We're going to meet this week, I think, and start the fall menu planning process. Ahead of that, I've had some comments from assisted living folks about the soup of the day being the same at lunch and dinner. So starting next week, next Sunday, I'm going to switch back to what we used to do and do 2 soups a day that are different. It'll affect you all too, but I don't think y'all don't mind, right? Most of you have 1 meal here, so the thought when we went to that was that, you know, most people have just eat the 1 meal in the dining room and very few eat 2. But I don't think we paid enough consideration to those who eat all their meals. So we're going to switch it back. It's no big deal. So we're going to switch back to making 2, so you can look forward to that. And that'll start Sunday because I need to, oh, I do, but I'm good. So I'm going to do that, but I have to have the dietitian quickly look at the things that we did so that we can make sure we're all signed, sealed, and delivered there, okay? Third, I really appreciate your comments because when I hear things that are good, when I hear things that are startling, I'd like to apologize to you or I'd like to say thank you, and I can't do that if you don't put your name on that comment card. Please, if you have a comment, good or bad, the good are nice to hear, the bad I need to hear, so please just put your name on it so I can ask you more, all right, so that I can get some details so that I can fix it, okay? The New York Steakhouse dinners, we're going to wrap them up this month. So there's one on this Friday, and there's one 2 Fridays from then, the 11th and 25th. I think there's still some room at the 25th. After that, we're going to switch those up to a different theme for September, and we're just going to keep doing that every other Friday night so that everyone has the opportunity to do that and to experience it if they'd like to. Okay, so look forward to that. We got new takeout containers. I know Ms. Stewart did a article in the WOW about it. The new takeout containers, for those of you who pick up or utilize the bistro, we don't need those back, okay? They are thrown away. They're meant to be thrown away. They are 100% compostable, okay? That being said, they're not the best container if you eat out of the container and have leftovers to leave your food in, because sooner or later they're going to soak through. So if you have leftovers for that at your house, take them out of there and put them in something, some Tupperware or something, okay? Oh, my thing went out. And to do about pickup lines, I was here Saturday and Sunday. If you can, please make an effort to get, if you're picking up, to make the pickup times. So 4 o'clock, 4 to 4:30 in the weekends. Sunday, 11 to 12, okay? It really slows down the line in the dining room when we're having to stop and make takeout meals. It's all different equipment. It's all different type of thing, and it takes a long time. And it holds down the line for those who want to eat together in the dining room, okay? I'm almost done. Breakfast, those of you, how many folks come to breakfast? Okay. Also starting Monday, this coming Monday, we're going to be adding an omelet station there. So we'll have made-to-order omelets, okay? We're not going to have a million things in them. Count Shannon, and she likes a good omelet, right? We're going to be doing that, and the chef is going to, either Chef Paul or I will be doing it until the guys get the hang of how to do it, okay? So we'll do that starting next Monday. You can expect to see that. So anyone who doesn't come to breakfast, give us a check us out, okay? Last thing, because I knew this would be your favorite thing, I have priced and am acquiring a new grill for Burger Day. So, but here's what I'm not going to do is stand out there when it's 100 degrees. I mean, I love you all, but it's I appreciate that, thanks, but No. So I'm going to get the grill. I'm going to be ready to go by mid-September. So that we'll start on that third week of September, halfway through. It should be tolerable enough then, I think. And we'll get going back with that until it gets too cold to be out there. But for me, I can stand the cold better than any of you. I'll stand out there all winter. It doesn't bother me. All right? If you have any specific questions or anything, if you wouldn't mind, because I know I took a long time, come to the dining chat. We're going to try to reschedule it maybe for next week or this week. I'm going to talk to D. Jones, and we'll get a date out real fast to you, okay? Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Carolyn. Kelly? Do you have any remarks, Kelly? Do the rest of y'all want to come on up? Front row seats? I know you're Baptist. You want to stay in the back. Hi, great to see you.
Good morning. Good
Good
to
morning.
see you. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to start out, of course, by saying thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers who not only help and give so much on this campus, but out in the community. And can I just have a show of hands of all of my volunteers who have gone out to Second Harvest at least once? Thank you all so very much. That's awesome. I wanted to report that our fantastic Second Harvest volunteers on July 28th participated in the Food Packing Blitz, which is an annual event Second Harvest puts on, and they do lots of community packing. And I know I've been asked, well, what did we do? What was the outcome? Thanks to your help, we packed over 220,000 meals for both the child nutrition program and the senior nutrition program in just 12 hours. We were there for 2 hours, and we did a lot of those kids packs. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That is a huge contribution to the Tallahassee community. There will not be a regular packing day in August because Second Harvest kind of combined the two, July and August, into one, but we'll pick back up in September, and I'll let you know the date as soon as I hear that. So if you're interested in trying it out, it is a lot of standing. There is a little bit of a physical requirement, but it's a lot of fun, and we do get a lot done. So as you know, the school year is starting, and I think Thursday, kids returned to the classrooms. And we were lucky enough to have Kelly Walker, who is the Director of Volunteers for Leon County Schools, as well as the Vice Principal of W.T. Moore, Elizabeth D. Cardenas, come to our campus a couple of weeks ago and talk to us about opportunities for our residents to get involved in the schools, particularly at W.T. Moore. When you sit down and talk to them and hear of the need of what our kids are lacking in the schools, you can't help but be moved. They have opportunities no matter how much you want to get involved. If you would like to be a mentor to a child and work with a child one-on-one, each week throughout the school year, we can set you up with that. We need volunteers to work in the classrooms, to go over and read occasionally. And sometimes we'll just have special projects. We might be asked to help teachers when they're trying to put together packets or cut out display items or those types of things. So I have a ton of opportunities where you can really, really contribute to just our next door neighbors. They could use your help. So if you are interested in becoming involved and just have a little bit of time to give, please let me know pretty soon so I can get you on the list, and we'll have, we'll put together the opportunities that are available. And then finally, I wanted to let you know to please mark your calendars. This was in the WOW, but on November the 4th, we are planning to participate in the American Heart Association's Big Band Heart Walk. This will be the first time that they have been hosted a Heart Walk here in town since before COVID. I think 2019 was their last year. And we're looking to put together teams consisting of both residents and employees. Again, it's November the 4th, and it'll be from 8:30 to noon. And the more details will be coming soon, but please hold that date on your calendar if you'd like to participate. So awesome. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Vicki. I got out of order. I apologize.
Good morning. Well, after 18 months, we finally had our survey in the health center, our annual ACA survey. So we're glad to have that behind us. They were here July 24th through the 27th for the health inspection, and then for the physical plan and emergency procedures is a one-day inspection. So they came in also during that week. For our emergency plan, we did not receive any deficiencies in that area. And then for physical plant, we did have 5 areas of deficiency. Mostly it was paperwork, compliance concerns. The first one was related to our fire alarm system. When it was inspected in October, we failed to secure all the paperwork necessary to prove to them what inspections and tests were done. For our sprinkler system, our first quarter sprinkler system inspection was not completed on time. It had to be done before the end of March, and it happened in April. For the generator, we do testing weekly, but we're also required to do a test every 3 years that's a 4-hour load test, and that we were unable to produce that paperwork to prove that that had been done. And along with that, we also have to have the fuel sampled and tested. We had the proof of the testing, but we didn't have the lab results back to show what that what was in the fuel. So that was a citation for that. And then for electrical systems, the documentation that the main feeder breaker had been exercised during the year. And one final for just a state level was a security vulnerability analysis, and that's kind of a self-assessment that we do just to look at any security risk internally or externally. We didn't have that analysis completed. So again, those were paperwork compliance for the most part. They're already, corrections are in process, and we'll be submitting that to the state. For the health inspection portion, we were deficiency free. So that was great news. And the health inspection is the portion of the survey that affects our star ratings. So you've heard us talk about that before, and how it's a 3-year process, and we need to continue having those survey points drop off so that we can increase our star rating. So that was good news for us, that there'll be no points. Those for the physical plant do not result in points. So great job to Jeff. He's not in here this morning, but his team, and Rhonda, the Director of Nursing, they really did a great job. The surveyors commented that residents and families that they spoke to were very happy with the quality of care they were receiving. And the surveyor who oversaw the kitchen and dining said, "I just have to tell you that this is the first nursing center I've been in 2 years that didn't have a single complaint about food." So that was an achievement in itself. So appreciate Carolyn and her team for that. Let's see. Other things, we did complete we've, I think, sent out some memos about it, but our emergency management plan that we do have to complete each year and submit to the county. So we sent it in July, and it was approved in July. So sooner than they usually get it back to us. So we were expecting 60 days, and they approved it right away and sent us our letter. So we are in compliance with that. Also, just wanted to give you a quick reminder that COVID cases are on the rise again. So just be aware, use your precautions. If you're around anybody that's sick, or if you're feeling under the weather yourself, you know, also take precautions and before you're around other people. But we have seen cases throughout the campus, so we'll continue to send out those in our weekly memo. And that's all I've got. Thanks.
Oh, yes. You have a question?
The inspection does not, but we have them, we actually have more than one. I did speak to some ladies after that had attended the CPR class, and I know the map that they were looking at does show that there's the one in the Perry Center, but we also have one in the Memory Care Center, and we have in the Health Center. So we do have, do meet the regulations on that. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am? Greta? Okay.
I want to say something at the end, not now.
Okay. Very good, thank you. Catching up. Dawn Chenault, our fitness director, come on up. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So the only major thing in the fitness center, really right now, we have a new program, Total Brain Health, that's going to be launching at the end of this month. So it's going to be starting that last week. We think we've finalized the day for Tuesdays at 2 p.m. But if you're interested in it, you can come down to the fitness center. But the Total Brain Health, it's going to be not as much of it's going to be a little bit of like fitness and moving and getting your body involved, but a lot of it is going to be for cognitive function. So it's going to be doing different things, with speech and coordination, but it's also getting your body involved a little bit with movement. So, things like helping with just memory, with recall. So Total Brain Health, it is limited to about 20 people or so. I think we have about 10 signed up, so we still have a decent amount of spots left, but if that's something that you're interested in, you can come down to the fitness center and have a chat with us. You can dial 293, the extension, if you want to just call down. It will give you some more information on that. Other than that, we did have the Cyber Cycle Challenge just come to an end recently. Our team overall ended up getting second place. We got just over 1,000 miles. We had Joe Lama here, who was able to get the most miles out of anybody in the entire competition. Out of all of the communities, he himself had 330 miles. So he was a third of our team. Yep. So that was just something that we had concluded recently, so thanks everybody for participating in that. But yeah, Total Brain Health, if you got questions, come down and let us know. That'll be starting the end of this month. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, do you have any remarks? Glad to be back.
Yeah, I know. Good morning. I don't have too much. It's a little bit. Thank you for your patience. We've been a little short in housekeeping. We try to accommodate everybody. Also, with the projects with the guys, I have a good fit. And let me know anything else we can help you. Send me an email or call 317, and we're glad to help you. Thank you.
Oh, got a question?
Yes, ma'am. When we finish,
the question?
she asking when we have the screen and the windows cleaning. We doing right now the baseboards, the fence, and all the porches in the houses and apartments. When we finish, we go to do the windows.
So you'll announce that in the weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
You'll
it was too much. They did last year, and we just make a little shorter. Thank you.
Thank you. Eric, would you like to come up? Just received the news on my return from Italy that our Director of Maintenance, Security and Grounds, Sean, had resigned. And so Eric Hill is stepping in as interim. He's been our interim Director of Maintenance before. So we appreciate you being willing to do that again. So you have some announcements for us?
Just a couple announcements.
Okay.
Are those yours?
Those are mine.
Okay, I'm gentle with them. All right, good morning, everybody. Just a couple project announcements, status updates. I'm sure you all have seen the loading dock wall. Hopefully that should be finalized either tail end of this weekend or next week. so we can get that opened back up for both walking and vehicle deliveries. You know, that's been quite the fun time with that down. Emerald Chase fence, that has been replaced. There's a beautiful, nice new fence put up. I'm sure everybody sees that on Dempsey Mayo. That has been completed, and we're currently in the process of getting the chiller pipes rewrapped at Chase and Azalea. So in the hallways, you guys are walking through Chase and Azalea, you see a section of condensation or dripping in the hallways. That's from those chilled water pipes. Hopefully the installation should help mitigate that quite a bit. I wanted to piggyback on comments that Lonnie had earlier about the, sorry, Lanny, about the work order system, calling in, email. Using MyWLife is great. We did have an issue this past week where MyWLife was down, I think for anything due to a system upgrade. If you submitted something last Tuesday or after, please resubmit it. Due to the upgrade, we weren't able to receive them. I think there also is an issue with the way the form is set up. It is making you say that you have to request people to come into your house. That's incorrect. We'll get that resolved as quickly as possible. Another thing I wanted to mention, please, when you're calling in work orders, please call extension 275. Please call 275. I know occasionally people will call either the director's extension, which is 230, or my extension, which is 315. We're not always at our desks. If you have a request, please call 275, because sometimes we don't get those messages till later today, the next time that we're at our desk, and then we have to forward them on to the person who makes the work orders. That'd be Amanda, extension 275. So it causes a delay. So I guess my suggestion would be MyWLife or extension 275.
Thank you.
And that's all I got.
Got a question?
Question.
I don't know if this is just for Eric or Eric and Shannon both. I'm so sorry to hear that Sean was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
He did a wonderful job. He was very efficient and did so many things for all of us, I'm sure. Is there any particular reason that you can cite that we lose our maintenance directors so often? And might it be the fact that it's entirely too much work for one person to do, and maybe we need two maintenance directors?
Well, you do, if I can respond a little bit to that, you do have a director plus 2 assistants plus 2 supervisors.
Yes.
So, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's a very big job.
It is.
It's an incredibly big job.
It is, and people leave for various
I have a
reasons.
question.
Sure.
What happened to the grass cutters in the pond area at Hollow Oak Circle? The grass used to be cut every other week, and it's been over a month, and it's getting very high.
Okay, I'll have to follow up on that. I know Keister's mowing schedule has had to be adjusted a little bit for weather and rain. I'll follow up on it.
I think it was a different service than Keister that was doing the pond.
Okay, I'll follow up on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Have they finished with the pruning of branches and left? I never see equipment for that, and for the last year, I've had branches scraping against my window and put in the request and was told, oh, just wait a year until the next time they come to do that. It's never been done. A hurricane season is coming.
Yes, it's here.
Okay. What is your address?
It's 307 Chasen.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up.
See if we can get somebody to take care of that. Okay. All right. Good.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Okay. Thank you. Lynn, do you have any announcements?
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. First of all, we are doing 2 or 3 activities this month to celebrate Dog Days of Summer. We all know that August is dubbed Dog Days of Summer. So, first of all, we are going to do a dog show. The first ever we've had here, a Westminster dog show, on the 25th of this month. That's a Friday morning. We're going to do it out on the terrace. We didn't think that dogs in here would be a good idea, although Martha and I really wanted to parade them across the stage. But we thought better because we don't know how this is going to go. So we know that not all dogs play well together. So 10 a.m. on Friday morning the 25th. If you have a dog you are willing to bring over, and let Martha and I share 2 or 3 tidbits about your dog, and we don't know what that will be. We'll visit with you once individually and get that. Sign up on MyWLife. If you sign up on MyWLife, Martha or I1 will contact you to get a little bit of information about your dog, and we'll share it when it's your turn to parade your dog around the wall of the Bistro Terrace. Okay? All right. We will follow that up with slush puppies. After the dog show at 10, we'll have slush puppies at 11 before you go into lunch. So plan on that. It will be a lot of fun. We also are going to have on Monday the 21st, and I just scheduled this Friday in line at the Bistro, so I've not gotten the word out yet. I'll get the schedule and all out this afternoon. But how many of you have heard the expression, these dogs are tired? Your feet, they hurt, they ache, well, guess what we're offering? A 10-minute foot massage for your tired dogs. All right, Monday the 21st, I went to, what's her name, Maria, in line at the Bistro Friday. I said, do you know anybody that would be interested in coming out and doing blah, blah, blah? She goes, oh, well, I can do that. And she looked at her calendar. She had it with her. She's so efficient. And she said, I only have one person that morning, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind moving. Thank you, person. You know who you are. And she said, we can just do it in the salon downstairs because the hair people don't work on Mondays, and we'll do it in there, and we'll play music, and we'll have some refreshments, and we'll have blah, blah, blah. So if you are interested in a 10-minute foot massage between 9 and 12 on Monday the 21st, stop by my office. Mina doesn't know this yet, so give us till after lunch before you stop by and sign up. I haven't told her yet. I told y'all I just did this Friday in lunch line at 1:30. So we'll schedule you 10-minute foot massages for your tired dogs, okay? So stop by this afternoon. We can't sign up on MyWLife because there's no way we can do a time increment on MyWLife to sign up, okay? All right, on the 16th, the 17th is National Thrift Shop Day. On the 16th, we're going to celebrate our thrift store, Acorn Boutique, downstairs. We're going to have an open house. Drop by, clean out your closets, your drawers, your cabinets, your cars, whatever, and bring your stuff to donate to the thrift store. Have some refreshments while you're down there. We'll have popcorn going and some other things. Meet all of your thrift store volunteers and thank them for all of their work and efforts that they do. It's a lot of work those ladies put in down there. And enjoy some refreshments with them. And of course, shop. They're going to have some special sales going on that day. They're excited about it as well, so be sure and stop by for that. This Thursday, the 10th, is back to school. Kelly touched on that. And we want to celebrate all of you teachers, bus drivers, janitors, principals, lunchroom people, anything. If you worked in the school system in any way, thank you, thank you, thank you for your years of service to these children. We want to honor you and celebrate the fact that you gave all these years and are retired, and now you don't have to go back. So on the first day of school, instead of going back to school, you're going to come upstairs to the dining room, and we're going to have a back-to-school brunch and let y'all visit and share, pass the microphone, and talk about where you taught, what you did. And Mary Stevenson always shared the story that she taught somebody's child who was famous. I mean, really like a movie star person. And I can't remember who it was, and she shared that every year, and she won't be here this year to share that, but we'll think about her. So plan to come. If you're going to come, just sign up on MyWLife so we have a number of how many people to plan for. On the 18th, we're going to celebrate Elvis. His date of death is the 16th, and on the 18th, we're going to play Elvis music. We're going to play Beach Blanket Bingo, and we're going to enjoy National Watermelon Day, which was last week, and so was National Wine Day, which I really think happens about every other month. But we're going to combine the two and have watermelon slushies and play beach blanket bingo while we listen to Elvis music. So that's the 18th at, in the pub. So be sure and mark your calendar for that. At what time? Well, I don't know. It's on page 3 in your, wow, I did write that down. Hang on, I think it's 3 o'clock, but I'm not sure.
3 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock in the pub. Yep, so be sure and mark that down. That'll be a lot of fun. And I think that's all I have. This Wednesday, Artist Series. I'm sorry, Shannon, I know I'm getting long. Last week, the people from UMA came out and signed you up for your season tickets. We had an excellent response for that. This week, on the 9th, we have the Artist Series coming out to do the same thing that UMA did last week, help you online sign up and purchase your passport for the Season for Artist Series. We will be taking a bus to that, so if you're interested in going, be sure and come over and purchase your passport to go this year to that. And I think that's all I have for now. If I think of anything else, look for an email. Thank you, Shannon. Make this a great day.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Laura, do you have any remarks? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I'm gonna talk quick, so if you miss it, just get back with me later, but I know it's getting late and I'm getting hungry too, so that's why. Tomorrow we're having an art class that's gonna specialize in ink and watercolor. Sign up on MyWLife. It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. Give me a call, send me an email, or sign up on MyWLife. It is free and all of the materials are included, so you don't need to bring anything. McGuire Explores is the 17th. One of Shannon's most favoriteest activities is axe throwing. Yeah, we went, maybe 2 years ago, and several people have asked to go back. Yes, that's one of them. So we are going to be going back. It is on the 17th. Please sign up on MyWLife. It is, even though you think I'm lying, I'm not. It's actually very safe. We have an instructor who'll be helping you. It's very good mentally and physically. It works you out, but also you have to think about targets and things like that. So it's actually really good for you, and it's all inside, so you don't even have to sweat. We'll be doing lunch and then going to do that. So if you have more questions or need more info, let me know, but you can sign up on MyWLife. I know you guys got an email from me probably 2 weeks ago now. My days have all melded together because back to school. But if you need to change your demographics in your MyWLife profile, not your hobbies, not your former jobs, not your clubs, your demographics, your name, your address, your phone number, your email, please go on MyWLife and click the little icon that says changes. It's a little purple with a little list on it, and fill out that form so we can change those. We've had some changes to the system, so we cannot physically go in and you guys cannot physically go in. We have to put it through the business office, and that form will shoot to them so they can change that for you. So if you need more clarification or you need some help going through that, let me know. But once you go on MyWLife, you fill that out, it'll shoot to them and they'll fix that really quickly for you. If all your information is correct, you don't need to fill that out. Let's see. Real quick, we have 2 McGuire Explorers coming up next month, so keep an eye out for them. Both of them are inside because it's hot. But those of you that have asked me about more outside things, the hiking and the kayaking, we will be starting back on those soon. We're going to let it cool off just a little bit, just so we're not all sweating to death as soon as we get there. But for those of you that have asked me about those 2 things, keep an eye out, and I'm planning those for probably getting into September and October when we start to get a little of a cool down. Any questions?
And one here.
Jay is running for it, guys.
Don't run, Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
On MyWLife, on our profile, am I crazy, or was my email on there and now it's not on there?
It shouldn't have disappeared, but if it did, just fill that form out and we'll put it back in there. It has to basically, without getting too much into it and just boring the heck out of everybody, it has to correspond with your profile in the business office. So if it wasn't, it might have not melded together, but just fill that form out and we'll get that back in there for you.
All right. It seems like a lot of people's emails, because I use that all the time, because you can go in and highlight it and, just do your email.
Just fill out that form if you are missing your email address or maybe your email address changed.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll get that changed for you.
Thank you.
I want to make a comment on that. You probably need to check your profile because most people's email address disappeared. So most people don't check their own profiles, but I would suggest that you do so.
Yeah, go check your profile, see if the information is correct. I know a lot of people have changed their email addresses or phone numbers as well, so we might not have the correct one. Please keep in mind, I know you're going to hate that I'm saying this, but this does not mesh with the principal directory. Those still need to go through Lynn. This is for your profile on MyWLife when you click My Profile where it has all your information. So if that information is incorrect or is missing, please fill out that form so we can get that taken care of for you. Was there?
Yes, I had the form that you're talking about.
Yes.
Is that on the profile when we pull up our profile?
It's not. It's one of the little icons. When you first open it, it's a purplish color icon. If you click on that, it'll pop up a form, and it has you fill out your name, your phone number, any of the information that you would need changed or added. And when you fill that out, it shoots us to us.
When you pull up your profile or when you pull up MyWLife?
When you pull up MyWLife, it's
Okay.
one of the icons. So when you open it up, there's all the different color module. They call them modules, but it's the little icons. It's one of those.
I'm sorry, I have MyWLife right here, and I don't see any icon that says profile. Do you mean,
It says,
where should we check?
I believe it says MyWLife demographic info, or it's a purple one that's got little lines on it. Directory update. Thank you. It has been a long weekend. Directory updates. It's like a purpley kind of color with like a piece
No,
of paper.
I see that, but you said we're supposed to check something to see if it's correct already.
If you go up to the top of the screen where it's like a little, it should either be your picture or a little grayed out Monopoly type guy. If you don't
Got
have
you,
a picture
okay.
in,
That's
click
what you
that.
should tell people.
Yes.
Upper right corner, when you open it up, there's a lovely picture of you. When you click on that, then it says My Profile.
If you don't have a lovely profile picture, it is a little gray, like Monopoly looking guy, just an outline. So click that. You can view your own profile. After you look at your profile, if something is incorrect or missing, go to that form, fill that out, and that'll shoot it to me and Donna in the business office, and we'll update that profile for you.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay.
Peggy, did you have any announcements? Okay. And then Lori, you're next. Morning.
So real quick, Sharon, our receptionist, is out through the 18th. So when you call the clinic, it may go to one of our phones, meaning the nurses, and obviously we'll do our very best to respond back to your call promptly. Just a few reminders. We partner with FSU. I've had people come, maybe new folks, and want to know about how can they get enrolled. And we do have the admit paperwork in the clinic for you to complete. We do not have access to their medical records, so we can give you their contact information so that you can call them directly with any questions that you might have. Dr. Ramdial has recently changed her clinic hours from Monday to Tuesday. She will not be in tomorrow, but for the month of August and moving forward, her clinic hours will be Tuesday instead of Monday. And then just again, a reminder for convenience, if you'd like to learn more about the Westminster Pharmacy, I'd be happy to sit down with you and share how that could be convenient for you and how to go about enrolling in that program. Vicki talked about the COVID cases, seeing an uptick. It is important that we know in the clinic. I'm the person that you'd be talking to give you guidance on the timetable for self-isolation and then the additional 5 days of precautions. And also just to provide resources such as coordinating meal delivery if that's something you're interested or do need. So, any questions? Yep. No. So basically the CDC back in August made the recommendation that physicians can go ahead and make decisions about whether or not to give additional boosters. but we will not be providing those boosters in the clinic. So recommend that you speak with your healthcare provider and then look into like a local pharmacy such as the Publix to go and get your booster. Any other questions?
I used to use your pharmacy services, and then I was told that they wouldn't accept CHP. Do
Okay.
they again?
My understanding is that they accept pretty much all insurances, so I would revisit that again, and you're welcome
Okay.
to come see me, and we can talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Certainly. Okay.
Thank you so much, Peggy. We also invited Lori McKay, thank you. She is our Vice President of Accounting Services at our home office. And she's touring the whole area. She's visiting residents throughout the Panhandle. So we're thrilled to have you here.
Well,
So
thank
you for being here.
So this is the start of my tour. You are the first community that I am visiting. I started with Westminster in February. Yes, I am the person that sent you the letter. I'm sorry. But I will tell you, this change in the billing cycle has tremendously helped our billing team as they've been able to speed up the month-end close process and ultimately provide people like Shannon and other people within the organization the financial information that they need on a more timely basis. So we're striving to do that. One of the things when I was interviewing with Hank, I was told that we close on about the 25th of the month. And I was like, what? Not on my watch. Because people like Shannon need that information so that they can make any necessary changes. As Lanny was telling us, the fiscal year last year was not a very good one. And so we want to get the financial information into the hands of the users so that they can make changes if necessary on a more timely basis. But on another note, we've also are implementing another process for you, as I've said in the letter, was RevSpring. RevSpring is an outside organization that will allow you to have an app or go onto their website and pay your bill when you want to pay your bill in the method that you want to use. I've been in the industry for, yes, over 20 years. And in my 20 years, everybody has asked, can we pay with a credit card? And the answer is absolutely not. For one, it's a very, very expensive undertaking, and so it hasn't been available. Well, RevSpring has enabling us to be able to provide that service. We're only providing the service for you to utilize, but yes, there's a cost involved. We have to pass the cost on. Unfortunately, we cannot absorb a 3% cost of everybody's monthly service fee to use their credit card. So that transaction fee, unfortunately, will be passed on to you if you want to use your credit card and earn the points. I know some of us feel that, and I use my credit card for just about everything because it enables me to fly back to Wisconsin for $30. And I love going to see those grandkids. So I do use my credit card, and you probably do like to use your credit card, especially for those high-ticket items, or those high-cost items, such as your monthly service fee. But again, that unfortunately we cannot, as an organization, absorb that. Because if we had to absorb that, we would have to find a way to fund it. And unfortunately, the way to fund things generally comes in a rate increase. And Hank does not want to come to you and say we're raising rates by 12%, 13% as a result of this. So just so you know. And there has been a little delay in getting RevSpring up and running. It is nothing to do with us at CSS. We're working very diligently with the organization that has this software. and their build process is taking longer than they promised. Imagine that. Software companies not completely being honest with you when they say they can get something done. So it will get done. The instructions, when they first came to my desk, the instructions to use this system, excuse me, was 10 pages long. And I said, absolutely not. We're working with a community of senior citizens who, most of you are probably just learning software and apps and all this wonderful technology, because I know when I was growing up, that wasn't even a thing. And all of a sudden we're thrown into this technology world. Excuse me. I love my high blood pressure medication. So, please forgive me. Yes, I have a high blood pressure medication that gives me a dry throat. I do not have anything. So we're gonna get it built and it's gonna go live, but after my request, they got it down to 2 pages. Very easy to follow, very friendly. It's we'll have little pictures. So it's very, very user-friendly now. And with that, that is coming out with your next statement. So when you get your next billing statement, the instructions, they have promised me the instructions will be ready. And you should be able to use the software September 1st. I so apologize. I don't typically lose my voice in a conversation. Other than that, we are working very diligently in the accounting world to make sure the financials are accurate, they're timely. And I am so excited to be part of an organization as I am hearing the wonderful things that are going on here. Wow. You have got to be so proud of your dining team. In my 20 years of experience, I have never been part of a community that can brag about not having any sites or no complaints. That's amazing. Yes, some days we probably don't like the soup, but that's okay. But wow, Shannon, you have got to be proud. This is amazing, and it's so awesome to hear such wonderful stories. And the activities, I actually almost don't want to get on the plane to go to Alaska on the 24th because I want to come to the dog event on the 25th. Does anybody have questions? Yes, the microphone's coming.
What's the additional charge for the credit card?
So the RevSpring has told us, I believe it's 3%.
Yeah, I don't think that's what.
Yeah, the credit card companies charge that. Yes, we're passing on whatever they charge. It's not even coming to us, it's going straight to that company.
Yes, I have a question about financials. I don't know if it's in your area. I suspect it's here at Westminster Oaks. But the letter we've received last week regarding long-term care insurance for filing for individuals has increased from $11 to $35. That's a heck of a lot of inflation right there. I don't know if you can address that or if Ms. Shannon can do that.
Well, I can address that. We are going flat across the entire campuses. The hourly wage has gone up so substantially. I mean, I would love to say that we can continue to charge the same charges that we did 10 years ago. it is high. Uh, no, he doesn't. But we went consistent across the entire Westminster communities, and some were charging more, and some were charging way less. And so we went with the average across all of the communities to be consistent. Yes, I know you don't like to hear that consistency. And unfortunately, some of the campuses had never had a rate increase, ever. And I suspect your $11, that doesn't sound like it was ever addressed and ever increased. And with the current wage rates as they are, what it takes the community business office to process those claims for you, it does warrant it. Shannon, I don't know if you want to add more to that? I haven't either. I actually haven't seen the letter, but I know okay, time out.
I have a question. I live in Canopy Oaks, and in terms of the a la carte expenses, your billing date closes on the 20th. So if I have a haircut on the 15th or a haircut on the 25th, which billing cycle does that go into?
The next month. Because
so our month,
you're charged at when you get your hair appointment done. So that'll be the 25th. So that will hit on the 20th of the next month.
so we have to, and yet our, Canopy Oaks has that funny program, the continuing balance program.
Yes.
So that's from the 1st, because that's attached to our monthly bill. So our whole billing cycle, we have to now think, instead of in a month, I have to remember that if I get a haircut before the 20th, it's billed on the previous month.
On the next month.
And after the 20th is on the next month. Okay, remember that, everybody.
Well, thank you for your time, and what a beautiful campus you have.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I'll try to answer any other questions that you have. Otherwise, we're about ready to adjourn. All right, are we ready to adjourn? Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to thank or congratulate Taylor again. And, he's an employee here. He can't sell you his wonderful book, which I have read and we will be discussing in our book club with Taylor in October. But I have already taken over 20 orders, and when I take 10 orders, I get a discount from the publisher of 10%. That 10% has been donated to the foundation, so we've already given the foundation $100. If anybody else would like to order this great award-winning book, see me, Mary Jane Robbins, or give me a call or send me an email, and I'll put together another order for this great book. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. We did it. We did.
Okay, so it's 11:30? Okay. Okay. Hello. I have a call that I have to be on in 5 minutes. Give me a good